Hello everyone. We have already completed the topic earth pressure, and today we shall begin stability of slopes or slope stability. Before going in details of the slope stability, we shall see some figures of the slope failures. We can see some figures of the slope failures, how these slope failures have taken place at different locations. You can see along the roads how the slope failures have taken place. This is also a case of a landslides or the slope failures. Now we shall see what are the various types of slopes. First, we have to know what are the types of slopes. The first types is called as natural slopes, and second is the man-made slopes. We can see the natural slopes is also called as infinite slopes. And this term is used to designate a constant slope of infinite extent. Infinite extent means the length of the slope will be infinite, right? In case of natural slopes. We can also define the infinite slope, a slope that exists for a relatively long distance and has consistent subsurface profiles is called infinite slopes. And such type of slopes exist in hilly areas. You can see this figure. In practice, if the height of the slope is very large, it may be considered as infinite slopes. So the natural slope or infinite slopes which exists in hilly areas, what we can say, the length will also be infinite and height can also be considered as infinite in case of infinite slope or the natural slopes. We can see about the finite and man-made slopes. These slopes are limited in extent and also limited in height. So as far as the length is considered and height, in both the cases, it is limited, right? So finite slopes or we can say man-made slopes. We can see the embankment. The examples are given there. The slopes of embankments, earth dam, cuts, right? The cuts, canals are the example of finite slopes. So this is the earth dam, canal, you can also, so this is the slopes, right? And the highway embankments, railway tracks on the embankments. So these slopes are called as man-made slopes or finite slopes. And in this case, what we can say that the length of the slopes and the height of slopes are limited, whereas in case of infinite and natural slopes, the height may be unlimited and the length may also be unlimited in case of infinite slope or natural slopes. Now we can see what are the various causes of slope failures. A slope failure occurs when the force causing failure are greater than the shearing resistance, shear strength, right? See, shear strength is the inbuilt properties of the soil or inbuilt properties of the slopes, right? So suppose the forces causing failures, that means when the shear stresses are going to be developed more than the shearing resistance or shear strength of the soil or the slope materials, the slope failures takes place along the critical failure surface. So what are the various factors that cause instability or failure of slopes are the gravitational forces and force due to seepage water. You can see the gravitational forces. This is the example of this figure indicates the infinite slopes and this is the finite slopes. So you can see the gravitational forces are going to, the component of the weight is nothing but the component of the weights, the components of the gravity or gravitational force are going to cause the slope failures. Force due to seepage water. You can see when the seepage is parallel to the slope, that also causes the slope failures. This is also one of the causes, force due to seepage water. So when seepage takes place, in that case, whatever the forces are going to be generated due to the seepage pressure, that will cause the slope failures. The next point we can see sudden lowering of water or sudden drawdown adjacent to the slope develop pore pressures or earthquake forces. What do you mean by sudden lowering of water table or sudden drawdown? Let us take this example. We can see this figure, sudden drawdown condition. Suppose this reservoir is filled with water up to the level A, right? Due to the sudden lowering of water, this water level, how the sudden lowering of water level may take place? Suppose there is a collapse of the earthen dam, there is a damage of the earthen dam. In that case, what is going to happen? The lowering of water table will take place suddenly. So normally what happens when the water is filled in this earthen dam up to the top level, the pores of the soil of this that means upstream side, this part is the pores of this part of the soil is filled with water, right? So once it goes down, suppose from A to B, it goes down from A to B. In that case, what happens? Whatever the forces, whatever the pore pressures are there in the voids of this sloping surface will try to come out. In that case, this part will fail, right? That comes under the sudden lowering of water or sudden drawdowns. Next is the earthquake forces. Earthquake forces, these forces takes place in all the directions. This also causes the failure of the slopes. A steepening of slopes either by excavation or erosion due to flowing water. If you are going to excavate the soil at the toe, right? In that case, there is a chance of slope failures. Or if you are going to make the slope steepen means the angle you are going to make vertical. You are going to increase the angle, right? A steepening means you are going to increase the angle of the slopes. So in that case, there is a chance of slope failures. And see, in the mining area, sometimes the people used to excavate the more amount of minerals, right? They do not bother about the slope of the mines, right? The slope of the surface, they are not bothered about the slope angle. So in that case, what they used to do, they excavate the minerals as maximum possible without thinking about the slope angle. So in that case, what is going to happen? The slope will become steepen and the failure will take place. Erosion also causes, suppose along the slope surface, if the water flows, right, during rainy season, that also causes slope failures. Surcharge loads or overloading slopes. That means if you have, suppose we have seen the figure in the previous slides in case of man-made slopes, when you are going to construct the highway embankment or the railway or for railway track, in that case, what is going to happen? The surcharge load is going to work. And if you have not designed the slope of the embankment as per the surcharge load, the slope failure may take place. So what it says that the weight of building or any structure or a road or a railway track on the embankment, definitely it is considered as a surcharge load. So accordingly, we should maintain the angle of the slopes. We should maintain the shear strength properties of the slope materials or the embankments. Otherwise, there is a chance of slope failures. So slope failure can often be disastrous, right? Involving the loss of main and materials, right? Property and man lives or main and materials, we can say. Now, the next topic we can see, what are the various types of slope failures? We have seen earlier in the previous slides, what are the causes of slope failures? Now we shall see the types of slope failures. The first type is rotational failures. This type of failures occurs by rotation along a slip surface by downward and outward movement of the soil mass. You can see this the figure. The slope is going to fail in downward directions and then it moves in outward direction. This figure you can also see here how the failure of the soil is going to take place along the slope. The slip surface is generally circular for homogeneous soil condition and non-circular in case of non-homogeneous soil. If the soil is homogeneous or non-homogeneous, depending upon that, the failure surface will be developed, whether it will be a circular or non-circular. It depends upon the type of soil, we can say, or we can say whether soil is homogeneous or non-homogeneous. Further, the rotational slips are further, or rotational failures are further classified in 3 categories. The first is called as toe failures, which occurs when the failure surface passes through the toe. This is the slope, and this is the toe, right? This is the crest. So this the failure plane or the failure surface passes through the toe. That is called as toe failures. So it occurs in steep slopes, right? When the soil masses above the base, this is the base, the soil mass above the base and below the base is homogeneous, and the slope is steep, right? The slope angle is high, right? In that case, there is a chance of toe failures. This is the most common mode of slope failures, which has been found in slopes, right? The next we can see the slope failure or face failure. This is also one of the categories, which occurs when the failure surface intersect the slope above the toe. Suppose the failure plane, right, passes through the face of the slope. In that case, it is called as face failures or slope failures. It occurs when the slope angle is very high. Here also you can see that it also occurs in the steepen slope. Steepen slopes, slope angle is very high, and the soil close to the toe is quite strong. Suppose this is the toe. If the soil is quite strong, so in that case, the failure surface will pass right from the face or from the surface of the slopes, right? It is called as face failures. Now we can see the next one is the base failures, which occurs when the failure surface passes below the toe. You can see this is the toe and this is the crest of the slope. You can see this failure plane passes below the toe, right? This can occur when the soil below the toe is relatively weak or soft. Only in that case, the base failures occurs. What it says that the soil below the toe is weak and soft. In that case, the failure plane passes from the below the toe, right? Or below the base, we can say. Next, we can see translational failures. It occurs often in infinite slopes. A constant slope of unlimited extent having uniform soil properties at the same depth below the free surface. This surface is called a free surface. So if the soil properties is same or uniform, right? In that case, this is called as translational failures or infinite slopes. See, a constant slope of unlimited extent having uniform soil properties at the same depth below the free surface is known as infinite slope. This definition of infinite slope also we have discussed in the previous slides. What is infinite slopes? The infinite slopes, the length is also very high and the height of the slope is also very high. We consider it as infinite slopes and which occurs in the hilly areas. So the definition, once again, it is given here. You can see this is called a free surface. So translation failures occurs in an infinite slopes along a long failure surface parallel to the slopes, and also layered materials. Normally, it has been seen the properties of the soil in the first layer is same. Again, the second layer is also same. So that's why it has been seen that the translation failures which occurs in infinite slopes normally in the form of a layer, right? The next we can see the compound failure. A compound failure is a combination of the rotational failures and the translational failures. Rotational failures which occurs in the finite slopes, translational failures which occurs in the infinite slopes. So it is a mixture of the both. That's why it is called a compound failure. We can see here a compound failure surface is curved at the two ends. This is the two ends. Here it is curved, here it is curved, and plane is the middle portion. So what we can see, this part looks like a translational failures, and this curved part looks like a rotational failures. So it is a combination of the two, which is called as compound failures. The next we can see here, wedge failures. A failure along an inclined plane, this is the inclined plane, is known as plane failures or wedge failure or the block failures. So in the form of a wedge, the failure materials or the failures, we can say the material in the form of a wedge, right? And it is called a plane failures or wedge failure in the form of a wedge. The failure takes place in the form of a wedge from this plane surface, in the form of a plane surface. Or we can say this is a plane failures. It is not a circular failures, right? So wedge failures occurs, which can also be considered as a plane failures. The next point is miscellaneous failures. In addition to above 4 types of failures, some complex types of failures in the form of spread and flows may also occur. What do you mean by spread and flows? During the landslides or during the slope failures, the failures of this file fails in such a way, it spreads and then it flows. It is just like a spread and flows. We can see it in the form of a liquid, like a liquid form. So it is very difficult to identify which type of failure is there, whether it is a translation failures or a circular failures, right? Or a circular means rotational failures, or a translational failure which occurs in the infinite slopes. So it is very difficult to identify this type of failures, which occurs normally in the form of a spread and flows, right? That is called a miscellaneous failures. So this is all about the today topic, and what we studied, what are the different types of slopes, and what are the causes of the slope failures, and also what are the various types of slope failures. So causes, what are the causes and what are the types that we have discussed in the today lectures. Thank you very much.